wife was Edith. And in Berlin, I also met the daughter of one of the sisters of grandfather. Her name was Elizabeth Danielewski. And so I have a photograph of Elizabeth and Edith that was taken in '82 when I was there 100 years after the grandparents had come over here. And I was able to continue writing from, I'll have to check when the first letter is dated, but I know they're dated from 47 on, maybe earlier. And I could definitely feel a kinship. They felt it, and we did. So it was not like when I came to New Braunfels. We'll get back to New Braunfels here with this. When I came to New Braunfels, that it was all a natural situation to have German people around me, and for me to be comfortable with that. So my husband's people came earlier, one generation earlier. In fact, I think there's I think they go back even farther. There's one goes back before 1800. That's a grave out in the cemetery, local one. That is one of the forebears of my mother-in-law. My husband's mother was a member of a family of 8 children. There were four boys and 4 girls. Their parents were each one of 11 children. And so you can see that there's a host of family members in those families. And all of them I've known have been very capable, good-natured, hardy people. You know. Most of the ones I know have been involved in farming and ranching. But
did everybody that come over land in the same port, or was it different places? Do you remember hearing?
Unfortunately, I have not been able to do a lot of research of that type. You know, well, say they came at such and such a date and on such and such a ship, and that was it, and that's all I know. You know. I treasure what I know because so much of it is personal. Haven't had the opportunity to go there. I meet these people in person. I didn't meet any of the family in person in Wilfrott, but what I do have, and I knew so many of them here, because the family came over, you know, there were so many of them came over that there must somewhere down the line be people there yet too. But to find the name again in in people that are living there today. But I knew so many of them personally here as I grew up in Austin.
Well, being the thoroughly modern woman that you are, you must have been the first one of the family not to take the boat back and forth. You actually flew.
Yes.
They must have wanted to pinch you just to see what it's like to see somebody that got up into the air like that.
Well, the first time I really made a trip by air was to go to Colorado for this teacher institute. Yes, you know, to me that was, I don't know, a gift from heaven or wherever, because I so enjoyed what happened in those German classes in high school. But even that, and I even started, you know, before that, learning the language in a school setting in the summer. In 8 weeks, you can learn something. Unfortunately, I don't think you can do more than stir up an interest in a week or two. I wish I could have taught longer. Whatever, I'm grateful for what I did have, and it pleases me when I know that somebody's enjoyed it too, you know. I still would like to do translations, or not necessarily translations as much as coaching. If anybody wanted coaching, you know, is studying in school and wanted, I just enjoyed teaching it more than anything. I enjoyed the other teaching I did too, but it makes you know, it makes me feel good somehow or other too. I don't know, not to say I never want to brag about anything, but I feel good about being able to pick up almost anything and read it without having to get the, you know, work just with every sentence, work the dictionary.
Wörterverzeichnis?
Yeah. Wörterbuch. It's a fascinating language because the more you work with it, the easier it gets. So many words are made from other words. Like my grandmother wrote in a little book she gave me, it said, from your dich liebende Großeltern. Well, dich liebende is an adjective made out of words that mean loving you. So in English I have to say, from the grandparents who love you. And I'd say that was the main thing I had in life, in my growing up years, was I did have parents and grandparents who were very loving.
You wanted to talk about the house.
Yes, and you see how far astray I got.
That's okay. I'm just reminding
But
you.
I guess